Hello everyone, welcome back for another wonderful workout. Today it is going to be seated pelvic floor and core, really working to strengthen the muscles of the diaphragm, core, and pelvic floor, and getting them all to cooperate and start working together to give you really functional health and support through all of those systems. Our setup here today, I know it looks a little bit different than usual. We are going to be completely seated, so you do need your chair. We're also going to be leaning off to each side, resting on the hips. So if you would like to add in a little bit of cushioning to the seat of your chair, something thin and that's not going to slide and slip away from you would be best. I also have a long resistance band here with me today. If you do not have one, do not worry, you can modify this workout without it. We're only going to be using it to stabilize through the shoulders and arms through some of our movements. So not really adding in any extra resistance with the band. I also have my block with me here today. You want to work with something, I'm assuming most of you don't have a block, but we are going to be working in a side plank position. And leaning on the chair, it puts us really close and really tight. And since we are going to be working with a few side plank exercises, you may find that it might be more comfortable to have a secondary support for that upper body. You want it to be the same height as the seat of your chair or slightly higher. You just don't want to go lower. And again, stability is key. You want to make sure that whatever you are resting on is stable. It's not going to move out away from you as you are resting on it for support. So side plank moves here, just adding in that extra support. If you don't have anything, second chair or a step stool or anything high enough to support you, you can modify using just your chair, and I will show you those along the way also. So quite a bit to get set up here today, but I know you can do it. It's really going to pay off in how much strength and support we are going to get out of these exercises for the body. So get set up and we're going to get started right now. All right, we're not working with the band just yet. We're going to take some really gentle warm-ups here for the spine and the core muscles, making sure everything is moving really, really well before we get started with our work. We're going to inhale, take those arms up overhead, and then exhale, reach them forward, make a C shape with the spine, pull those core muscles up and in. Inhale, roll it up, drop those arms here, lean over to the left side, bring this right arm up and over, bring it back in and switch it out, left side over. Think about stretching through the spine, stay heavy in the hips, back forward, take a good deep breath in. As you exhale, you're gonna, like if you're fogging up a mirror, feel those core muscles pull up and in. Roll it forward, fold it forward this time. You can land with the hands on the thighs or down to the sides. Roll up through the spine, right arm up and over. You're getting a hang of the movements. We're going to speed it up just a little bit. Left side here. Open it to the back, lift the heart, little gentle push forward of the low back. Make sure it feels safe. Overhead. Exhale, C shape, follow through by leaning forward, roll it up, right arm stretches over to the left, left to the right, drop them down and back, lift the heart, both arms overhead again, last time here, C shape, fold it forward, pressing from the feet, roll up through the spine, right arm up and over to the left. Last time here, left to the right. Drop it on down, work those hands behind you, open up the heart, front of the body here. And then exhale, release. Give it a little bit of a shimmy through the spine. As I mentioned in the introduction of this video, the core, the diaphragm, and the pelvic floor should all be working in sync with each other. So our breathing and core and diaphragm all work together in complementary movements, and sometimes we get into a pattern where those movements aren't really connecting and supporting each other. So we're going to be not only working on muscle strength here, but also getting those systems coordinating with each other so that they are providing the most support and benefit to each other through all of your daily movements. So we're going to take a breathing exercise here to start. You're going to take a good deep breath in. Feel the ribs expand. You don't want the shoulders to come up. We want the diaphragm moving. Inhale. Exhale, let it out through the lips. And you can see I've got my hands here to the rib cage. I'm going to feel for my fingertip, this inner webbing, and my thumb. I'm going to feel for my ribs expanding into those areas of my hands as I breathe in. Try to get those ribs moving, especially in the back. Exhale, let it out. One more here. Exhale, let it out. You might start feeling nice and relaxed when you do that. That diaphragm movement stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, so it's really nice and relaxing to breathe like that. Hopefully, we can carry that over outside of this workout. We're gonna add in a little bit of core contraction with that. Don't even worry about making your pelvic floor do anything. It will do it on its own naturally. It is designed to work with diaphragm movement. So take a good deep breath in. Feel those ribs expand, and then exhale. Feel those core muscles pull up and in equally throughout the front and a little bit on the sides. And then relax as you inhale, filling the rib cage and lungs. Exhale. Let's take one more here. Exhale. Great job here. Release it all down. Best we can, we are going to work with that breathing pattern throughout our exercises here today. We have 12 exercises. We're going to be taking 10 repetitions of each exercise. These exercises are tough because we're not just going to be working on strengthening through the core, we're also going to be working on controlling that breath, maximizing the core and the pelvic floor and diaphragm as we move through those exercises. So if you need to work with a little bit less, maybe 7 to 8 repetitions, that's okay. Start where you can control with good form, good technique, and we'll increase together from there. So 10 is a recommendation today. If you need breaks in between, that's okay. We're gonna be working for 2 rounds, one side right side dominant and the other side left side dominant. So if you have something over here on the right side, we're gonna be starting there first for that extra support. And we're gonna grab our band here. We're gonna give it shoulders distance apart with no slack in between. This is gonna help us stabilize through the shoulders, reducing tension, hopefully through the neck. Pull it in, tall through the spine, and you're not leaning really far forward or really far back, right in between. Nice, natural breath in, and then exhale. Feel those core muscles pull up and in. Inhale back up, and exhale. We don't want to be breathing really hard or forcefully here. If you've ever worked really hard to blow up a balloon, you know that you get a little dizzy there. So just normal, natural pace of breath. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Find the core work here. Push those hands away. You're halfway there. Take a break if you need to. Final 2. Great job. Pull it on, and you're going to take the left side of your band down to the center of the floor and slowly drag it over to the right side. Right foot is going to connect and band is going to come over the top of the outside of that foot. You want to make sure this band is really secured to the floor. You're going to pull it into the right hand. Left hand is going to close gently here, and there's tension on the band just a little bit here. We're going to take a good deep breath in. Exhale, let it go, following your own natural breath here. Inhale, on the exhale, out through the mouth. Press those arms out, feel the core work to stabilize. It's resisting the pull of this band. Inhale, come back in, and exhale out. Halfway there, we've got 5 more. Feel all of the abdominal wall pulling up and in. Final 2. Release that band from underneath the right foot, and again, back in between the hands, shoulder distance apart, no slack in between. So just the lightest little bit of tension there, up overhead. Good deep breath in. Exhale, rotate as you pull the knee up on the right side, back up overhead. Inhale, natural exhale. You're not leaning forward or back. Torso is staying right where it normally would if you were just sitting and resting. Elbow and knee do not have to touch. And a modification here, you can just work with a calf raise rather than lifting the whole leg. Again, you want to work where you control. You want to feel the core muscles pulling up and in. We are not distending through the abdomen, putting pressure outward on those muscles. Final 2 here. Bring it up, rest those arms here. You're gonna go ahead and scoot those hips forward in the chair, resting yourself against the back of the chair. Feet are going to almost be breaking the body from sliding forward. And you wanna make sure you're really on those sit bones here. We're gonna press those arms up. Working nice and strong here. Lift through the core, roll yourself up. And tucking from the tailbone, core pulling in as you roll yourself back down. Try not to work by swinging those arms, building momentum to get this body up. It's so small, but it's tough. Inhale on your way back down. Exhale as you lift. Nice and slow here, really controlling the movement. Don't fall back to your seat. Final 2 here. And 2, great job. Lower yourself back down. You can take this band if you have a second chair or a handy box. You can go ahead, put the band there. We are going to scoot on over resting the right hip towards the center of the chair. If you do not have a second piece of equipment to rest on, through the arm or arm rests on the thigh. Left leg extends out, and we're gonna go ahead, find that comfortable position here. Lift the leg, lift the arm, and then I want you to lift the rib cage. So we don't want to be dropping down here. It's the core working really hard to bring lift through the trunk of the body. We're gonna hold here for 10 seconds, nice and smooth. Three, two, core pulling up and in, one, bring it back in. Great job there. You're gonna get a little bonus arm and leg strength on that one, just like a plank. It's a total body exercise. Hips come back to the center of the chair. Lean yourself back. Modifications here, we're gonna work from easiest to hardest. So easiest, back resting on the back of the chair, toes touching to the floor, fluttering the legs here. If that's too easy, you start working those legs longer and maybe float yourself up off the back of the chair. We're gonna take 10 here. Slow, core pulling in. Last two. Great job there. Ease it on down. Shake it out if you need to. Back to that side plank. This time we are adding on. So if you found that first side plank a little too easy, don't worry. Got you covered. Resting on that right hip, supporting yourself on the chair or on the block. Open up this left arm, left leg just in line with the spine here. Lift through the rib cage, pulling from the bottom. And then we're gonna go ahead here, drop that hand to the back of the ear. You're not gonna pull on the neck. Good deep breath in, exhale, rotate, inhale, open. 9 more. Halfway there. Final 2. And 1. Great job there. Ease it on down. Step it back in. Let's go ahead here. We're going to again lean yourself back. Get those legs out in front of you. Working again, modifications, easiest variation to most challenging. Working one at a time. Bringing the knee up and in. Leaning up off the back of the chair is optional. If you can, work both legs up and in. Reach the hands down towards the floor. Again, exhaling as the thighs come closer to the chest. Slow release, really work through the core muscles there. Take a break if you need to. We've got 3 more. Remember to exhale, pull the core muscles up and in as you bring the knees up. Final one here. Bring it on down. Great job. Back to that right hip. Support yourself, somewhere on this right arm. Toes actually touch on the left side here. Again, pull these left ribs up. Arm comes over, good breath in. Exhale, take them together. Inhale as you stretch back out, open. Final two. Sit it back to those hips, just breaking up how much time we're spending on that side hip here. We're gonna go ahead and take a bicycle crunch. So it's left arm to right leg, bring it up here. Exhale, bring them up and in. So think about them starting from these wide opposite angles, and then they come together on your exhale. Get this rib cage down and closed. Don't just work the arm and the leg. We got to get the core moving. Final two. Last one. Great job. Open it out. Any shakes or shimmies that you need here, really taking our time today. Take it back to the right hip. This is the last exercise in this round, and then we will switch over to that other side. So, all right, plant it here. This one is a little tough. Support yourself somewhere on this right arm. Again, lift that leg, pull the rib cage up. Arm can come up or to the hip if it's getting a little tired. Extend this leg back, pull this knee in, send it back. I like hand on the hip for this one because I can feel if I am moving through my pelvis forward and back. I don't want to feel that. I want to feel stability through my hips. I don't want to feel it moving forward and back. Just the leg, just those core muscles. Exhale as that knee comes in. Final two. Final one. Take it back out. Step it on back in. Great job here. Halfway done. If you are working with a second piece of equipment, however best fits you, go ahead, slide it on over to the left side. Give yourself a little more space because remember, we've got to extend this right leg. So not too close, not too far. Find what works for you. Grab your band again. All right, second round. Here we go. Take a break. Quick drink of water if you need it. Wiggle into those hip bones. All right, cat and cow. Remember, no slack in the band, shoulder distance apart. You don't have to pull on it. Take a good deep breath in. Exhale, press away. Core muscles pull in. Inhale to lift back up. Final two. Wonderful job here. Take the right side of your band, drop it to the center of the legs, slide it over to the left, and step the left ball of the foot onto the band. You want to, again, make sure it's really secure to the floor. Adjust anything that you may need to. And then grabbing it with the left hand, little bit of tension on the band, right hand gently closes over the top. Find your good sitting posture, not working real far forward or back. Neutral through the spine, good breath in. Exhale, take this band out. Core muscles pull up and in. Inhale to return. Halfway there. Don't rush through this work. Great job, bring it on in. Take that band back in between the hands. We're gonna be working with the left knee this time. Modification, just work to a calf raise or skip the leg completely. No slack in the band, but not a ton of tension either. Overhead, good deep breath in, and exhale, rotate as you lift that left knee 10 times here. So this is a little different than our bicycle crunch because we're not coming down and over with this right rib. Instead, we're just rotating. So think about spinning rather than coming down. So that's the difference between these two movements. Final two. And 10. Great job there. Work those hands down. We're again going to take the roll ups and roll downs. Arms come overhead. This is to make sure that we are not hoisting ourselves forward. We're not going to allow momentum to do the work for us. Core has to show up and work. Arms up overhead. Biceps towards the ears. Good breath in. Exhale, lean forward as you sit up. Good breath in here, and then exhale as you roll back down. Core muscles, again, pulling up and in. Make sure not to push that low back forward here as you sit up. It's not a big movement, but you should feel some work here. Two more. Arms might be getting a little bit tired too. Hang on. Drop that band on down. Great job with that one. Take this, set it out of the way. Somewhere off the floor or underneath the chair. You don't want to trip over it and forget about it later. We are going to work with that side plank hold. So left arm here supports you somewhere. Get to the left hip. Extend through this right leg. Lift the rib cage, lift the arm, and maybe lift that leg. Hold here, core pulls up and in. Breathe smooth and steady here for 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful job. Take it back. Sitting on those hips. Work them forward in the chair. Lots of moving around here today. Lean yourself back. You can work with bent knees, toes to the floor, or extend those legs back up off of the rest of the chair, or you can relax down, core muscles pulling up and in. Let's work here. Two more, one more each side, if you're with me. Great job there. Take it back to this left hip. This round goes a little quicker. We've got our modifications figured out. Again, set up in your side plank posture. Pull up from that left rib cage here, lifting through the right. Hand goes to the back of the ear. We're not going to pull on the neck. Lift that leg, just extending long. We don't have to lift it high. Good deep breath in. Exhale, rotate. Inhale to open back up. Two more here. Last one, open it back up. Send those hips back to the center of the chair. Working with one leg at a time and alternating between right and left. Or working with both legs, up to you. Upper back can leave the chair or stay resting. Make this your own. Take a good deep breath in. Exhale, legs come towards you. And lower. And you may need a modification this round because everything is getting nice and tired, or it should be. We are working. Breathe big into the rib cage, not up into the shoulders. Final two. Last one, we can do this. Great job. Set it on down. Let's go back to this left hip here. Side plank setup, except right toe stay down to the floor. Right arm works overhead. Good deep breath in. Exhale. Side crunch here. Elbow and knee do not have to touch. Work on getting rib cage and hip pulled together. So it's not just arm and leg. I can do a lot of these, but I'm not really engaging through these side oblique muscles here. Rib cage towards hip. Arm and leg just follow along. I've got two more here. You're paced with me. This is your last one. Take it on in, send those hips to the center of the chair. Bicycle crunch. So again, it's not rotating just in that horizontal plane, parallel to the floor. We're gonna think about getting this left rib down and over towards the right leg. So this time we have that little bit of downward movement. Take a good deep breath in here. Exhale, bring them together. Inhale to open. Last 2. And 1. Great job there. The last exercise here, plank with that right knee bicycle, right leg bicycle. All right, it's a tough one, but we've got this. Move slow, control your breathing, let the core muscles control the movement. All right, raise that right arm, raise that right rib cage, extend this leg back. We're not flaring open through the belly button and rib cage. Keep it pulled in and tucked, core holding you tight there. Leg pulls in and extends back. No movement through the hips. If you're worried about it, you can take the hand here, feel the front and the back of the pelvis, and you shouldn't feel it rocking forward and back. Exhale as that knee comes up and in. They're tough, you've got this. Modification, smaller movement. Last one. And step it on in. Step those hips back to the center of the chair. Great job, great job. Okay, if you've got a secondary piece of equipment, you can give yourself just a little more space to move. Get it out of the way best you can, but don't worry about it too much. If it's just more hassle than it's worth, take those arms down to the sides, shimmy through the spine. Same cool down exercises that we used for the warm-up. Inhale, take those arms overhead. Exhale, cat back here. Fold it forward. Roll it on up. Really stretching here. This time left arm can cross to grab right thigh, giving you a nice big side bend. Switch them out. Stay heavy in the hips. Open them back behind you. Lift the heart. Arms come up overhead. Exhale, press it away. Fold it forward. Roll it on up. Right arm over to the left. Left arm over to the right. Back up. Open those arms back. Lift the heart. One more time here. Overhead. Cat back. You can leave those hands to the thighs. Give it an extra little shimmy there. Fold it forward. Round it up. Right arm over to the left. Flow it through. Left to the right. Bring it back up. Gentle side to side here. Check in with everything. Give it last few little wiggles. And then best feeling in the world. Good deep breath in through the rib cage, not the shoulders. Exhale. Let it go. Thank you so much for joining me for this pelvic floor and core workout. Like I said, really getting those systems to show up, getting that diaphragm moving. Pelvic floor works in conjunction with that movement. So improving one improves them all, but improving all 3 of them will get you so far in pelvic floor health, core stability and control, and of course giving us a nice pulled in, lean, flat toned look. And getting that diaphragm moving just helps us reduce anxiety, reduce stress. Getting our body oxygenated feels so amazing and good. So lots of benefits out of today's workout. I hope that you enjoyed, and I definitely hope that you come back and join me for our next amazing workout. Easier to do that if you do click that subscribe button before you head out today. If you haven't already, if you have subscribed, thank you so much. Please let me know what you thought of this workout. And I got some really good feedback from the side plank from a yoga flow. So we built on that today. So let me know what you thought of our side plank variations, turning up the intensity a little bit. So great job here today. Thank you so much. I will see you guys again next time.